Thursday afternoon grass fire kept Scottsbluff rural firefighters plenty busy as the blaze grew at a fast pace. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, firefighters from two rural departments spent about an hour and a half fighting a fire north of Scottsbluff on Thursday afternoon that threatened the property of a local television station. Captain Paul Reisig with the Scottsbluff Rural Fire Department says that the crews were called out about 12:20 p.m. to a grass fire near the KSTF TV tower on the east side of Highway 71 north of town.
It was a hard-fought grass fire. We do not know, it's undetermined, what caused the fire to start down near the Tri-State Canal at this time, but it did do damage to about 100 acres of grass. We do want to urge everyone out there to be careful with their burning materials right now.
5 firefighting units and a dozen firefighters from Scottsbluff Rural, plus a similar number from Mitchell Rural Fire, fought the fire spread out from the Pathfinder Irrigation District Highline Canal to just short of the KSTF transmitter building. Reisig says the cause of the fire was not determined, and it's a reminder to everyone to be very careful as conditions are very dry, even though it's still winter. Well, a 39-year-old man who led authorities on a Wednesday night pursuit in Garden County has been charged with felony flight to avoid arrest, driving under the influence, and willful reckless driving. The Garden County Sheriff's Office says deputies were investigating a suspicious vehicle at Ash Hollow State Park. When deputies approached, the suspect sped off and a high-speed chase ensued. A deputy deployed spike strips east of Llewellyn, and the driver, 39-year-old Robert Berge, rolled on the west edge of town. He was taken to Regional West Garden County, was treated, and released to the custody of the Garden County Sheriff's Office. And the Sheridan County Deputy who was arrested last summer for child abuse was sentenced today in Boxbutte County District Court. 40-year-old Chris Henry was sentenced this afternoon to 36 months of probation and 2 days in jail with 2 days credit served on a Class 3A felony of intentional child abuse resulting in no injury. In November, he pleaded guilty to that charge, and a charge of strangulation was dismissed. Court documents say that during the July 2018 incident, Henry knowingly or intentionally caused or permitted a minor child to be cruelly punished. Well, coming up after the break, a cold January day today. Things could be warming up. Bill Boyer will be in with your weekend weather forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Pool together all your money with a friend and invest in 2 Arby's French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. It's the perfect get-rich-quick on sandwiches scenario. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, we're going to be dealing with partly cloudy skies this evening. Temps falling into the 20s, even down into the upper teens. As the clouds start to move out and we clear out, tomorrow's going to be a sunny day, but we're going to start to see a little bit of breezes in our air tomorrow as well. So clouds will decrease tonight, a warmer weekend, then rain or snow moves in Monday, and that's the start of a windy, cold week next week as we're trending below normal with temperatures. 53 yesterday, just 9 degrees shy of a record. It's been a while since we've been below normal in temps, but that's what's coming our way. Nothing in the rain gauge yesterday as well. Temps right now are not bad. We have some 20s here in the high country of eastern Wyoming. 36 Grand Junction, 28 in Scottsbluff. Norfolk checks in at 17. Salina at 33. Here in our area, 11 in Gordon. That's how close that cold air is. It seeped its way into the Gordon area at 11, but it's 28 in Kimball, 31 right now in LaGrange. Winds are out of the north, still in that 5 to 15 mile an hour range, which drops our wind chills. We're below zero right now in Gordon, 8 in Oshkosh and Sidney, 4 in Alliance, 7 in Chadron. So some very cold wind chills out there this evening, and that is going to continue throughout the evening hours. We've talked a little bit about the eclipse as we go forward. The total lunar eclipse coming up on Sunday night. It begins at about 7:30. The total eclipse starts at 9:40, maximum at about 10:12, through the ending time at 10:43, and then the partial eclipse comes to an end at 11:50 as the sun then moves out. Still looking at the possibility of going out and seeing that Sunday night. Well, here's the forecast viewing conditions. We're able to narrow this down a bit now. The green areas, right now we're forecasting good. The poor areas are in the red. Notice they're scattered around, so this will adjust a little bit. But you might be a window for you to get out and check that out. Again, Sunday night after 10 o'clock, about 10:40 is the peak time here in our area to check out that lunar eclipse. Not a good day to be outside today in central and eastern Nebraska. A large portion of the Cornhusker State under winter weather advisories through the midnight hour tonight and early tomorrow morning, primarily from freezing drizzle and light snow in those areas. All of central and eastern Nebraska, even Sheridan County here in the Panhandle under that winter weather advisory, and then everything else pushes off to the east. Well, it's that windy time out here in eastern Wyoming as well. We have high wind warnings posted for tomorrow already in the Platte County, Wheatland over to Chugwater, that area under high wind warnings. The southern part, that's still a high wind watch, so we'll keep an eye on that, but we could see some wind gusts to 50 to 60 mile an hour form in those areas as well. Pretty confident in the high wind warning area. Check out the winds right now. They will die off this evening as the clouds move out. Off and on clouds here and there. Can't rule out even a little bit of fog possibly. And then as we get towards sunrise tomorrow, still a scattering of clouds around the region. Temperatures tonight going to be coldest in the northern portions of the Panhandle at 22, 27 in Ogallala, and lows here in our region tonight going to fall into the upper 20s to low 30s. And then as we head towards tomorrow, Futurecast shows we're going to be not bad at all with partly cloudy skies here across the area and temperatures that are going to warm up across the area tomorrow as those winds are going to pick up in the afternoon. Could be a bit breezy at times, downright windy in the high country. And then notice late tomorrow night, maybe an isolated shower into early Sunday morning. I don't see that happening a whole lot here in the region though. Highs tomorrow, upper 40s to near 50 degrees. It's looking nice out here across the area. 47 in Dalton, 50 in Scottsbluff, 48 tomorrow in Torrington. Now looking out beyond that, we told you next week looks colder and windier. This is what we want to pay attention to. As we go through the day Sunday on into early Monday, we're seeing a large area of snow for Martin Luther King Jr. Day that moves across our region. By Tuesday, that moves out. Wednesday, maybe another shot of some snow showers off and on, and then yet another round possible Thursday. So we could be seeing several waves of snow. Fairly confident on what's coming on Martin Luther King Jr. Day that we could see some accumulating snow. How much, you ask? Well, some accumulating snow looks like a good bet here across the area. Maybe some pockets of 2 to 4, 3 to 6 inches possible. Albin, maybe even a bit more than that. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll refine this, but this is for Monday's snowfall. Again, Monday, this is what we're expecting across the area. Still a bit early, but we'll throw some ranges out there for you to get a heads up as we get ready for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. 19 tonight, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, then, we're looking at sunshine, clouds, and sun mixed at times. How about 50? Will be a bit breezy at times in the afternoon. Our 7-day forecast, cloudy skies Sunday, highs in the 50s. There comes the snow for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, especially in the afternoon hours. 49 as temps will fall then later on in the day. Only going to be in the 30s Tuesday, low 40s Wednesday, 30s Thursday, low 40s Friday, and breezy to windy conditions all the way through that period. as we could be looking at prolonged windy, cold, raw conditions as it's going to feel like winter beginning next week.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
When was the last time you were at Teacher's Corner? We're now TC and More. Come see what you've been missing. Clothing, jewelry, flags, home decor, toys, American made. Stop in and see what you've been missing. TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff.
The leaves are turning and the temperatures are cooling, so it's time to come harvest the deals at the Viera Wireless Fall Savings Sale. Right now, get your family high-speed, truly unlimited mobile data for just $35 per line with 4 lines. Prices have never been lower for unlimited data. Plus, trade in your current phone and get up to $500 off the latest iPhone and Samsung models. Those are incredible savings on the most popular and advanced smartphones. Don't miss out on our Fall Savings Sale. Hurry into Viera today.
Welcome back. The Goshen County School District is considering moving to a 4-day school week starting this fall. Board of Trustees Chair Catherine Patrick says the idea came up earlier this year by district administrators, and they have looked at other school districts who have adopted a 4-day school week. Students would still receive the same amount of classroom time, but they could require more follow-up each week following a 3-day weekend. 2 public input hearings have been scheduled at Torrington High School. The first is this coming Monday, and the second on February 5th. Both sessions will run from 7 to 9 p.m. Well, a 37-year-old Gering man has been charged with first-degree assault and use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony after police met with the severely beaten victim at the emergency room. Jared Rutter is accused of tossing the victim to the ground and beating him with a pipe wrench. The victim told police he gave Rutter money to buy methamphetamine, and Rutter then thought he was a snitch and proceeded with the alleged assault. He's also accused of beating a woman with a beer bottle during a July incident at Lake Minnetonka and is facing second-degree assault and terroristic threat charges as well. Bond's been set at $311,500. He was set to make his first appearance on both cases today in Scottsbluff County Court. And Nebraska Attorney General Doug Peterson says legalizing medical marijuana, whether by state statute or constitutional amendment, is a bad idea. He says that the marijuana industry stands to make billions of dollars from each state that legalizes it and is being pushed solely for profit purposes. Peterson says with the ever-rising THC levels in marijuana and concentrates, he's most concerned about the state's youth. He believes that the state should wait another 5 to 10 years to see more detailed outcomes of legislation in states across the country. Well, straight ahead, we'll be in with a look at the week that was in Ag News. We'll be in with your Friday 5 right after the break.
One of the biggest events of the year. It's the 34th annual K&EB Farm and Ranch Expo, February 8th and 9th at the Scottsbluff County Fairgrounds in Mitchell. Show hours are 8 to 6 on Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. Free admission and free parking, and it all starts with a free breakfast on Friday morning from 8 till 10. For more information, including a complete list of vendors, log on to kneb.com. The 34th annual K&EB Farm and Ranch Expo in Mitchell, with your trusted voice in agriculture, K&EB.
Care Heilbrunn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Western Hearing Clinic Ag Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
Rural Radio Network affiliate KRVN might have a new mascot.
We are going to take you to the Big Easy.
And we'll share an update on the government shutdown.
All that and more in this week's edition of Friday 5, which is presented by the Nebraska Corn Board.
When a cow numbered 880 makes her way to the chute, it's time to get out the clipper.
That's right. Hyannis Vet Service, located in Hyannis, Nebraska, shared this picture with us on social media, saying it's nice when your clients have a good sense of humor, too.
On to a more serious note, African swine fever continues to spread overseas as another Chinese province is infected with this disease.
A pork checkoff report indicates there are now 24 distinct areas in China that have tested positive for the disease.
The Big Easy, home of Bourbon Street, a Super Bowl contender, and over the past week, farm broadcaster Clay Patton. Let's travel to New Orleans to hear from Clay.
They came from the east, they came from the west, and they came from the north, but they all made their way south to New Orleans, Louisiana for the 100th Annual American Farm Bureau Convention.
What we have built over the 100 years is a family that nobody took that off.
Mr. President, we need a wall.
There was plenty of important topics and issues to discuss during the policy meetings.
Well, really several things from Nebraska, but first of all, some issues related to lab-grown or lab-based quote-unquote meat products and improvements to our policy.
The convention was topped off with remarks from the president.
Today is Jim Chilton from Arizona. Jim's ranch runs along the U.S.-Mexico border.
From the 100th Annual American Farm Bureau Convention in New Orleans, Louisiana, I'm Clay Patton on the Rural Radio Network.
Thanks, Clay.
Well, one of Nebraska's very own agriculture education program received a national award for its efforts in and out of the classroom.
That's right. An ag education program at York Public Schools was one of only 6 programs nationwide to receive the 2018 National Association of Agricultural Educators Outstanding Middle and Secondary Agricultural Education Program Awards.
And it is day 28 of the government shutdown, but about 2,500 Farm Service Agency employees are temporarily back at work.
Ag Secretary Sonny Perdue announced that some FSA offices are temporarily open for the existing loan services as well as other limited items.
The offices open Thursday and will be open today and next Tuesday.
You can find a full list of the open offices online at ruralradio.com.
That's a wrap of the top 5 things you need to know from this week's agriculture news headlines.
Thank you to our friends at the Nebraska Corn Board for presenting the latest edition of Friday 5.
Have a great weekend, stay warm, and we'll see you next weekend.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like. Discover E15 with American ethanol.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Compliments for you and your home has got the latest decor. Come in today and see what you can create. Start with great home decor from Uttermost, lamps, chairs, and vases for any taste. Need a little light for a more intimate feeling? Flameware is a recharging LED light that simulates candle flames. Rootworks bowls are hand-carved, one-of-a-kind wooden bowls you can't find anywhere else. Finally, for a little accent, try these leather and Western-style pillows from High End. Compliments for you and your home, downtown Scottsbluff.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
And finally tonight, before we break for the weekend, it's once again time to honor the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. For this week's Star Student of the Week, Platte Valley Company's associate Louis Coulter and I headed down to Bridgeport High School to recognize this week's honoree. Principal Dustin Favinger had a little fun with the opportunity, and played his best poker face for the announcement.
All right, get your attention for a minute and talk to you guys about something. Sure. Nothing is more frustrating than when I receive a complaint from somebody out in our community about one of our students being a knucklehead and not acting with pride, integrity, or grit. That's very frustrating. And it sucks because I tend to take pride in our students and think like you're great kids. You do the right thing. Fortunately, this is one of those times that did not happen. We are here because one of your classmates has been selected as the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week, Mr. Trevor Grayson! Trevor, they're going to take you out here and put you through the ringer.
Afterwards, we caught up with senior Trevor Grayson and told him that his nominator said he's a good student, gets top marks, and is a hard worker.
You're described as a hard worker. Where did that work ethic come from?
I don't know, just a desire to succeed in school, I guess.
And he excels in the best possible way.
Well, I mean, I have a 4.0 and usually have all my work done on time.
So this is your senior year. What are some of the memories you'll take back from once you leave?
Definitely speech. Speech has been a big part of my high school career, and it's where some of my fondest memories have come from.
Well, that's great. That's great. Trevor, what do you plan on doing when you're done with high school?
I plan on majoring in physics in college, and then hopefully going on to grad school after that.
Do you know where you want to go to college?
I plan on attending the South Dakota School of Mines right now.
And aside from being an integral part to the Bridgeport High School speech team, Trevor also is part of the First Baptist Youth Group and works part-time at the Bridgeport Taco John's. Congratulations once again to Bridgeport High School senior Trevor Grayson, the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. And if you'd like to nominate a deserving K-12 student to be the next Star Student of the Week, you can find nomination forms online at www.pvbank.com. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.